Welcome to Inside Pitch. I'm Jeff Gordon with Ben Frederickson of the Post-Dispatch. Well, Ben, normally we look forward to the Cubs and the Cardinals playing. Maybe fans don't look forward to it very much right now.
Yeah, it really feels like baseball season when the snow is falling and the temperatures are sub-freezing, and every guy who doesn't hit the ball right on the square of the bat is cursing his hands, and pitchers can't have a feel for it. They go out to warm up and they come back and they're colder than they were when they started. Yeah, not exactly feeling like baseball season, but if anything can create the thaw, it's got to be this rivalry, right?
Well, you would think so, but was it really a rivalry last year? And can we expect things to get better this year?
Man, if the Cardinals want to, have a chance of contending, they have to play better against the Cubs. They have to play better against the Cubs at Wrigley Field. They won one game there last year, and were non-competitive in multiple games. I think 4 games they didn't score 3 runs. They just have to get back and taking the fight there. It has to be more than just a rivalry on paper. If you ask people around around baseball, they'll tell you the biggest rivalry in the Central this year is going to be Cubs and Brewers. I don't necessarily think that's the case, but it shows you that the Cardinals have slipped a little bit, and going to Chicago and putting a couple wins on the Cubs would be a way to say, hey, don't forget about us just yet.
Well, the Cardinals beat up the Reds easy enough. The Reds are terrible. They have a couple guys in their batting order, Ben, that have to start hitting. Too many strikeouts. Paul DeJong and Matt Carpenter, in particular, they're a drag on the offense right now. Especially
at the top. DeJong is slotted, 7th, so he's not exactly making or breaking the offense. But with Matt Carpenter and Dexter, with having underperforming guys to this point at your leadoff in 3 spots, that's going to weigh this offense down until that clicks. This offense is long. We've seen it be deep and dangerous. We've seen it pounce on pitchers in 1 inning, and it has that threat. But if it's going to start every game and every time it goes to the top of the order with a strikeout or a guy not getting on base, and it's putting a lot of pressure on the rest of the order, I wonder how long does Matheny go before he starts getting itchy to tweak something. And the obvious tweak would be moving Matt Carpenter back to leadoff, where he has been an excellent leadoff hitter, and slotting Dexter Fowler down and hoping some of that power plays lower in the lineup. Maybe give it to the end of the road trip, but if you go out of Chicago with those guys continuing to struggle for what their ceiling is, then I don't know how much longer you go before you try to start making a change there.
And of course, going forward in the organization's viewpoint, Jed Jerko comes back. You're going to see competition from the outfield coming up from Memphis. Interesting times ahead in the summer.
Yeah, and the big question is what happens to Colton Wong. He's off to another slow start. I'm the biggest Colton proponent in the world, so I say let him play through it. But now that Jed's back, there's more competition in that infield. Jed can bounce around. Jed can play a lot of positions well. He's their best third baseman. So now that he's back, if he's hitting, which we've seen him go on tears where he can turn a half of a season into a showcase, it's going to be hard to keep him out if he is playing well and if Colton continues to start slow. So that's something to keep an eye on as they try to kind of move the parts around this infield to give them the best offense and perhaps sacrifice some defense in the mix of it as well.
That's Ben Frederickson. I'm Jeff Gordon. This has been Inside Pitch.